Yeah.
Lewis.
Yeah, this is me. Hey, first up, man, and I swear, about boy. Where you from?
Yeah.
What you do, man?
Shit. I'm his homie John, neighbor for years, from Louisville, born and raised, moved around for a little bit. Now I'm back in Louisville, just trying to make it like everybody else.
I have a question for you, John, man. I always want to ask you, man, I'm a good question guy. In this podcast to get better, man. Took a long time to get things in order, man, and been working or whatnot, but I always want to ask you, man, what made you join the service, man, when you was young, coming from the hood, man? What made you want to be different than the rest, man? Before you can help some other young man out there who, he might be, lost in the sauce.
I feel you.
Or whatnot, man. So if you want to help a young black man, not even a young black man, but another man out there, a kid or somebody who's having bad, decisions to change their life, or to go ahead with their life, man, to do something positive. What would you say about the Army, the good and bad, for somebody coming out of the hood?
Yeah, honestly, I joined at 17 because I knew college wasn't going to be for me. I was just looking for some structure. So the fastest way to get structure was the military. I joined ROTC, and that kind of led me down the path to join the Marines, and then, I was told that I couldn't do it, so, you had to prove your doubters wrong. So I did. I joined, like I said, at 17, went to Afghanistan, 2009, came back 2010 in good health, and got out in 2013.
So, man, you been to Afghanistan, bro?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
No real talk?
Yeah, for sure.
So how was it being in Afghanistan and to now? You would say, what was the change for you, for you to go from the hood to Afghanistan as a black man at your age? What was the shock of it to come back to America as a black man? And did you feel like you got treated fairly?
Yeah, you're going to have your people that sway a certain direction, no matter where you're at in life.
Right.
But, you just got to learn how to deal with them and put them in their place in the right way. But, Afghanistan is a whole nother beast.
Right.
Because you got the one to your left and one to your right.
Right.
So you got to treat everybody fairly, because you never know when you're in a situation that you're going to need them or they'll need you. So you just kind of want to do right by everybody.
Right. So when you was in Afghanistan, you came back to America, what was some of the things that you kept with you as a person? I went to boot camp. I ain't been to a real boot camp. Excuse me. I ain't been to a real boot camp, but I went to a penitentiary boot camp.
Right.
And it was ran like a real military boot camp.
Yeah.
And I would say and be honest with you, man, that boot camp changed me. You feel me? It changed me as a person, and it changed me as a whole. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I always wanted to, tell people about how when I went to boot camp and I got out, I had more structure as a person. I lost a lot of weight. I was more organized. I was a more, disciplined person. It just taught me a lot about being real to yourself, not being selfish, dealing with, other people, man, because they threw me in the barracks with a lot of dudes, man, that was, from other cities and stuff like that.
For sure.
So, what were some of the things you brought home with you?
I mean, from Afghanistan, I mean, you always got to think ahead. If you think it can't happen, it can.
Yeah.
And if sometimes situations that you think aren't real, really are real. The news is really, really jaded America's thoughts and views on the intelligence of these people overseas.
Right.
But you got to remember, us as Americans, we actually taught them how to move.
Right.
So people forget that. So really, they're a step ahead of us. So it's a game of chess when you're over there. And I went over there. I wasn't front line. I was a supply guy.
Right.
But I mean, beans, bullets, band-aids. You can't survive without it.
Right.
So everybody hates on supply until they need you.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So being back, do you feel like you got treated fairly? Do you feel like you get treated fairly as a vet now?
Honestly, a lot of this vet stuff. To be honest, it's gimmicky. It sounds good.
Yeah.
But it's a check in the box for the big corporation.
Right.
I mean, some companies lean harder towards vets, but really at the end of the day, I mean, you're just an
average person.
Average person.
Just they treat like.
Yeah. If you go to Home Depot or Lowe's or something, they might give you a fatigue vest or something, make you stand out. But sometimes you just want to blend in.
Right. But do you feel that veterans get treated fairly? Do you feel like someone come back just with I don't give a fuck attitude?
I mean,
because they see so much violence over there.
Yeah, some people come back fucked up.
Yeah.
Completely. Like, I mean, depending on the job that you've done, you could be, it affects you.
Right.
And everybody, takes stress and handles things differently at the end of the day. But as a whole, with vets being treated fairly, I think vets really, you become at a disadvantage. Because once you get into the system and you start complying with medical practices and things like that, at times you put yourself at an inconvenience because you're not mentally capable of doing the task at hand, even though you're physically able to do it. On paper, now that you've agreed to this or that, you've kind of handicapped yourself. So people need to, really, really move diligently and think about what they say before they start signing up for all this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so would you recommend today for a young black man to go to the Army?
I mean, I would for sure.
Yeah, if they lost.
If
they just in the street hanging and shit, smoking weed, kicking it with, just wasting time and shit. They in their mama's way, they 19, 20.
Yeah.
And you know how they chilling in the hood, everywhere you go. Would you tell a young black man today, hey man, if you lost, man, the Army might be a good place for you to start to get your life together?
For sure. For sure. Structure's big.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't know where you're going, the military is not a bad move at all. And it ain't. You don't even have to do it full time.
Right.
Like they got the reserves, the National Guard, where you can be a weekend warrior. Some people knock it, but hey, you still in there.
Right.
Get out at 20. You got some type of structure, military background with.
My homie Corey went to the Army, man. We was young, and we kind of thought it was a game, man. When Corey left, man, and we stayed out in the streets and shit, man. And Corey went to the Army, man. And Corey was straight today. And, he let a lot of that shit go. The streets go young, 19 and 20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And today he's a very selfless person, and. I really want to tell you, I appreciate you for your service, man.
I appreciate
going
it.
to the Army, because I never thought you went to the Army, man, and it came back with Louisville. But do you feel like going to the Army separated you from your friends in Louisville that was lost? Like when you came back, did you see a difference in you and them? Did you feel like you not outgrew them, but you was on a different path and you wanted to separate yourself from their motive and the things that they was doing with their life?
I never really look at it like that because I never want to separate myself in that aspect.
Yeah.
I mean, because I never really lost a friend.
Right.
But as you grow older, you know where to put people.
Right.
So people that is gonna stay true to you, they're gonna
Yeah.
stay true to you no matter what.
Right.
Because you choose to do this, don't mean, and I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
Don't mean that you're less of a person.
Right.
You know, you just choose to do that. So the people that I was close to when I was young, I mean, we still close today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they ain't nothing but a phone call away. You know, around the block.
Do you still have like friends from the army?
Hell yeah, tons.
Like y'all got like brothers and shit?
Hell yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
tons. My boy,
Yeah.
shout out my boy Kevin.
Kevin,
He's
what's
in
up,
Boston.
Kevin?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. My boy Cook, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Cook. He passed away last year, but I'm still locked in with a few people
Right. Right.
through the service for sure.
So coming out of the army, man, you was I know you do a lot of managing, man, and stuff like that, man. And you do, like the work. And I know you're not a street dude, you ain't a dude that's out here trying to, be something that you ain't or whatnot. But I also want to tell you, man, I admire you, man. You're a good dude. You take care of your mama, man. And, a lot of dudes don't take care of their mama. So, what gives you that drive, man, just to be a man, to accept? Because a lot of people don't accept the growth in themselves. Like, their mama might grew up getting high, their mama might grew up just not a good mama, their mama might have abandoned them. But it takes somebody, real special, man,
Right.
to forgive their parents as they get older, to, to let them back in their life. And I always want to tell Amaya, you're looking out for your mother, man, and take care of your people, man. And I just want to know what keep you loyal to your family and the roots, man, the way you grew up, like growing up in the church or growing up, with people that gave you positive energy. Was it your daddy's side or what, man? What keep you grounded with your family more than an average black man do today?
Yeah, I mean, we grew up in the church. My uncle, he plays in the church.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Jeffrey.
shout out to Jeffrey for sure.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a pianist. If you need him,
Yeah.
let me know. Get in contact with me for
Yeah.
sure.
He's the man.
For real, he'll definitely point you in the right direction
brother.
and show you what you need to know.
Right.
But we grew up in the church.
Right.
And that kind of close-knit drive
Yeah.
was kind of what it was. I mean,
Yeah.
family's really all you got.
Right.
I mean, friends will say that they're there
Right.
until,
I met your granny before she passed, man. Your granny was a real nice lady, man. I used to see her every morning walk a dog, the white dog she had, getting the can.
Yeah, Snowball.
Before I first moved over, and she was very like a humble lady, man, and I don't think they really make women like your granny no more, man. What was some of the values that you got from your parents, your grandparents, man? Cause your granny was very wise, and I talked to her.
Yeah, I mean, for my grandparents, it was a grind. They from my family. I'm really the only one from Louisville. My family, we're really from Princeton, Kentucky.
Yeah.
So
some people from Royal Port, Kentucky.
Yeah, it's
some
like
country ass shit.
For real, it's hella country.
Yeah, Royal Port.
So, I mean, growing up there, they decided to come to Louisville, and my grandmother, she sold Avon
Right.
whole life. Put Jeffrey through school.
Yeah.
My mom through school. My aunt through school, and my granddad, he was a hustler too.
Yeah.
I mean, he had his own printing business.
Yeah.
So they had that grit to get out there and get it done because they had a purpose. So that's a big thing in life, Right. I mean, you don't do something just because. I mean, if you're doing it just because, there's no reason to do it.
Right.
If you want to have a purpose behind it.
So today in your life, man, what are your goals, to be, older in life, to give back to the community or whatnot? What are the best things you will leave, the jewels you'll leave for people coming up under you for something positive, man. Because, you know, we want to help our young black men and women understand that the streets ain't always it. You know, killing ain't always it. Uh, robbing ain't always it. Uh, you know, just giving up, man. Because a lot of our people, man, they just give up, man. So,
Yeah.
what would be some of your jewels that at your life right now that you would say
I mean,
to our people, just to people, period, man, with, you know, new president coming in, you know, the world, things being up higher than what we was used to
yeah.
growing up. So, what would be the thing today that you'll say people, man, to, you know,
I mean,
do with the
yeah,
racism,
yeah,
with the,
yeah.
you know,
I
everybody, you know, I don't really believe in racism. I'm not racist. I got a lot of white friends, and I got a lot of black Mexican friends, but you know, I believe everybody can be racist in their own home. Not racist like
for
racist,
sure.
but they might, you know,
Everybody
call
can
a
have their own
motherfucker
opinion.
nigga. Yeah, he's a
Yeah, you gonna
nigga,
have.
you know, but hey, nigga, he Mr. Shot, you know what I'm saying?
Yep,
But
yep.
he don't mean it exactly because he's white. He don't mean like he's racist, but
Exactly.
you know, because I might say, damn, fucking white boy, Mr. Shot. You know, I don't mean
Same
nothing
here.
bad.
Exactly.
Just you know, a point of expression.
I
But
mean,
do you feel racism done got worse? Or do you
it's.
think it got better from when
I
we
think
got
it's
it?
a sleight of hand at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, uh, racism is still exists.
Right.
I mean, it's not gonna go away.
Never.
They just they know what they can say and how they can say it these days, and what they can get away with.
Right.
But at the end of the day, as a human being, especially as a black man, I mean, everybody has a pain point.
Yeah.
And, you know, you know when it hurts, and
Right.
it's up to you to stand up for yourself.
Right.
Because if you let somebody do something once, they gonna do it again. So you got to know how to move, especially in you know, corporate America.
Right.
So if you don't stand out as a black man, you'll get bypassed.
Yeah.
So I took advantage of a lot of things.
This is a form of modern day slavery. Cause we ain't getting over with these checks, even though they raised it up to $20 some dollars. The price of food don't went up.
Yeah,
So it
everything
ain't
went up.
like you really winning.
I
You know
know.
what I'm saying?
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like I say, it was big. It's always big and it's
Shoot.
always great.
Mhm.
Like you went to college.
Yes,
you know,
sir. I got a bachelor's.
for sure.
Full
Like,
sales.
Came up out of the streets.
Yeah.
Done your time.
I did it.
Got out, and then
Yeah.
went to college. So you got some paperwork.
Yeah.
But now
I can't
with
use
that
it.
paperwork, they want experience.
Yeah.
It's like you
And then they won't. I went to college. And I still can't get in the door.
know.
And I
So
got all the experience, but I don't know. But
but
they told, you know, my daughter them told me, man, when I was in school, how hard it might be after I graduate, you know, and a lot, like you go to school for this degree, but then when you get out, you fuck around, have to go do another job and don't even get to use your degree
Your
because
degree.
nobody didn't even get
See.
hire you because,
see,
you know, maybe your past or maybe because you're black or Indian or, you know,
right.
they just ain't fucking with you. You feel me?
But see, that's the thing with me. When you choose to do something in life,
Yeah,
you want to stay committed to it. You don't want to jump around.
right.
I understand, you know, folks will go from job to job.
Yeah.
But stay within that field, and that's how you climb the ladder.
Yeah.
Like when I joined the military at 17 years old, I already knew I wanted to be supply.
Right.
Everybody made fun of me because I wanted to be supply. But I
What's
was
supply like this? I
But-
ain't gonna sit here in front to you.
But
Like, what is a supply, man?
supply
I
is-
don't really know what supply is. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna say, what do a supply do?
supply, logistics, you know,
Yeah.
Amazon, UPS,
Yeah.
all of that
So
stuff.
you just like run meds and shit too?
No. I worked with weapons.
Yeah,
I worked with food.
yeah,
I worked with vehicle
Yeah.
materials.
Shit that they need.
Yeah, stuff that you
Yeah.
need that needs to be shipped somewhere.
That's more important than
Yeah.
anything. They need that shit. You
Yeah.
gotta get it to them.
So when I took
Yeah.
a logistical background,
Yeah.
it transferred to the civilian sector. So with that, I got my certifications and stuff in the military.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got out at 22, 23,
Yeah.
I already had the experience, and I was the same age as a dude coming out of college with no experience.
Yeah.
But I had military, so I checked
Yeah.
that box for him, and I got 4 years of experience, 5 years of experience of doing what he went to school to do.
Damn.
So that's how I was ahead, and that's how I got ahead.
Right.
So, I climbed the ladder that way.
Right. Yeah, I thought about going military, but I ended up in penitentiary at 19. That was but I went to boot camp, and that's how I got. I got that 4 months, man. That boot camp taught me a whole lot, man.
Yeah.
Hey, we was talking last night. And you was talking about. I don't know if we want to discuss it now. We could do it later. We could chop it up later. Make sure. But when you was talking about how the America was built.
Oh, yeah, for
So
sure.
we know if we want to sit, we might want to sit and ponder on that.
Yeah, I
for a
think we
minute.
want to ponder on
we
that
gonna
one
ponder-
for sure.
We're gonna ponder on that, man.
Yeah, because
Um,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
You can kind of leave it lingering.
Yeah.
You can be told something, or you could be sold on something.
Right.
Which one was it? Yeah.
Most of them sold on something.
But most of the time you sold.
Sold, yeah. They sold on some bullshit.
Exactly.
They believe
Yeah.
anything, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
But
Yeah.
it started somewhere.
Right. Right.
So yeah, we can definitely put that together.
Yeah. But growing up with Jeffrey Hunter being your uncle, I know you've seen him play. Can you play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I play the piano.
Yeah.
I play the guitar.
Damn.
I play the drums in church.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm musically inclined.
I wish
too.
I grew up in church, man. I was in the choir for a little bit, but I quit going. My grandmother died back in '86. Then I started going back like in 2000, early, as I got in school. Nah, I'm lying. I ain't still going back to at the penitentiary.
He's like, yeah, right.
Yeah, when I got down on the yard. When I got back on the yard, when I got on the yard, I could start going.
Truancy officer was on me.
I was trying to get out of penitentiary, so I thought I was trying to get out. I go down there and pray. And God, please let me out, man.
Yeah.
Nothing else wrong. I be telling these young guys, they be thinking they hard, but hey, boy, you get penitentiary. I thought I was the hardest cat in the world until I got penitentiary. It was killers down there.
Yeah, and they ain't got nothing to lose. They ain't got nothing to lose. They there forever.
Yeah, I'm just passing through. I'm in their home.
Yeah.
But growing up in church, I wish I could have, got more into, the choir and more into playing the piano. I know how to play the piano now. I taught myself. And Jeffrey taught me a little bit, and Bishop taught me some. But growing up in church, do you feel that it gave you a lot of more values in life prior to somebody who didn't?
I mean, the church, you got to look at it. I look at it in two different ways. It's a lot of, Sunday's best out there.
Yeah.
But then the other 6 days, they something else.
Yeah.
You feel me? I mean, and that's the problem.
That's why I like gospel missionary.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I
you can
love
put on
gospel
you can put on a
missionary.
suit on Sundays
Yeah.
and look your best, but
Yeah.
throughout the week you twist it.
Right.
So church really ain't a brick and mortar at the end of the day. It's where two or more people get together and discuss, the Lord and pray.
Right.
Through praise and worship. So people really get jaded on what church really is. If you really look at it, you don't have to be in a building. It could be amongst two people sitting on a park bench
Right.
and have church.
Do you feel that's a lot of hypocrite people that go by?
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
I'm in church. You go to church.
And now you better than me.
Yeah, you better than me.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy.
You better than me. I really appreciate you, man. I was trying to, get you down, man, and have a little meeting with you, man. See how it go, man. And,
For sure.
I always want to let you know you're my dog, man. I'm glad to let you get my first, not my first, but back in the studio recording, man. And I always got as much love for you and your family, man. And I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate
for being
it.
there for me, bro.
Hell yeah, I appreciate it.